here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah, here comes the, no, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah, here comes the.
Buckmore here with BTM Scale Models, and yes, I am finally getting back at it. I know a lot of you guys that follow me on Facebook know that I had a very bad injury back in July. And not injury, but a really bad accident which caused a pretty substantial injury, and it was up in here, learning how to live with it and get better. But that's all I'm going to say about that, because I do have that problem of going on rants. But part of my therapy, and I got permission finally from my therapist, was to actually go back to building models. It'll help me. So now I am going back and finishing what I started almost 3 months ago, which was the TOS Battlestar Galactica, with my version of what ships should look at in space, and that's mine. So you guys know me, I like to weather things, I like to make things look as real as possible. I don't always stay to screen accuracy, but that's the way I build certain things. And I've been rewatching the series, I've learned some things, but the biggest thing I always had with it was, while the remake of Battlestar Galactica from Sci-Fi was great, and it showed weathering and damage to the ship, the original series didn't show all that space damage, but I'm going to show a little bit of that. I'm going to show some different things when I build it. And guys, build it how you like to. That's what I've always said. This is your, you build your kit, you build it how you see it, how you want to. Yes, I do build screen accurate models, but most of them I like to add my little flair, and that's just me. It doesn't have to be used, so guys, remember, just build the way you want to build. I'm going to start trying to get back into these videos, since I do have a very long break because of my accident, while I'm building the models. Try to do something different. But guys, thank you for waiting around for me to get back on these videos, get back to building, and we're going to go back at it. So yes, I did grow the beard. It helps hide some of the damage that I did. Especially this new scar that goes from right under front of my eyebrow all the way down side of my face and under my eye. But hey, it's a cool scar, so I'll just attribute it to Battlestar or Star Trek or some kind of battle I was in, just to have fun with it. But yeah, but I'm doing better, and I'm getting back to building. So guys, as always, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you'll be alerted when I do post these. And like I said, I'm going to get back to doing this more and more, because I do have the NX-01 that I gotta do. I got the lighting, got everything ready for it. I was starting on that to do in, and then I got a plane I gotta finish for my dad, which has no, it's just a F-86 Sabre, which he likes, so I'm gonna build that. And then some stuff my wife bought me, and then I did find at my model shop here in Minot, North Dakota, Bandai Millennium Falcon from Return of the Jedi, so I'm going to be working on that too. But guys, thank you, and stay tuned, because I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to walk through what I'm going to do, and the tweaks that I'm having to find out with this kit. So guys, thank you again, and here we go to building. Okay guys, welcome back. I'm just going to show you a sneak peek of what I'm doing. So I've got the pieces. What I've done is I went ahead and set the main upper top of the ship together, because I have to do those wee little fiber optics, and I had to drill all those holes that I could find and try to match to the screen accuracy of the ship as I could. I've already wired in the engines. I got the back of that engine over there, so I'm going to have to paint it before I put some clear styrene on it, so I can do that sanding effect to help fade out the light and show that. But as you guys can see, let me bring this piece up, because this piece here goes right there, but I went ahead and ran the fiber optics, and this is wee fiber optics, and I got some lights in there. And as you can see, I'm kind of go ahead and I'm laying out my lights, because I'm going to do something different. I'm not actually going to have the fiber optics wired right and direct to right, but I'm going to create an ambient light. So I'm going to cut them where they're short enough, but they'll pick up the light, but I'm not going to have them all done to just like an individual bulb and then go from there, because I want to show shadow and effects on the lighting. And talking with some great friends, I asked about this, what they thought about it, and they agreed with me, which was great. Is I'm going to do ambient light into the fiber optics, which will still show up, but it won't be really bright, really bright. So that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up, get this all wired, and get the lighting tape down, and then start running fiber optics. So when we come back, you'll get to see all that work done. I'm not going to let you guys sit there and wait while I'm trying to put these minor little fiber optics. Let me show you what I'm running. I'm running from Lighthouse LEDs. That's where I get most of my fiber optics, but I'm running this size. It is 0.25 millimeters. So that tells you how small they are. I mean, just look at that. I mean, that thing is just really, really small to run. And let me get my hand behind it so you guys can see. So that's fun, and I actually have to use those glasses to try to make sure I'm putting it in the right hole. So I'm going to get back at it, guys, and I'm going to let you know. This is fun, and I'm trying to get it all done so I can get it sealed up and get started on paint, which I'm going to show you guys when I do that too. So I'm going to get back at it, and when we come back, it'll be done. That far of it. I won't have it sealed up yet, but I'll have the fibering and all the lighting wired. So see you guys in a bit. Well, welcome back, guys. Told you I'd try to finish it up for this weekend. Got all the fiber optics run. Trust me, 0.25 millimeter fiber optics. I forgot. There's a little bit more to work with than the bigger ones, but it's all run. I've got the whole ship together, and I got it primed. So I'm gonna go and do some seam work, do some extra light blocking, get stuff fixed up, but thought I'd give you guys a good look at her, see what's coming around. Definitely a lot of work to do still. I still got the paint, but told you guys I get back when I got this done, and she's a very impressive model. I like the detail, and if you guys ever watched the old series, I kind of grew up watching some of it and then watched the reruns, but Moebius actually shows more detail than what you can see on the older version of Battlestar Galactica. Now the high definition, probably see a lot more definition on the ship than you built before, but as far as this model is, it's very impressive. But I'm going to give you some hints, guys. Running the cables and the optics, I did test fit things and did that, but Moebius is great about making sure the parts put pretty tight together. But just check if you're doing a lighting, definitely work out the bar holes. And what I mean by that is take your see if I can find it. Take your X-Acto knife and just hollow them out a little bit more than what they are. Make them a little looser, because Moebius makes these kits fit really well together. And what I mean by that means a lot of stuff on this one was tight. Now a lot of that comes from doing the interior paint, the white, the white and the black to help light block. But even hollowing them out and to make sure they're still post, it was pretty tight. Another thing with this kit, I did use photo etch on it, and from photo etch, and I got that at my favorite store around. And I'll talk to you guys about that next time when we get back to painting. I'll talk to you how to find the different couple of sites you can go to look for them, but we'll talk about that next time. But with the lighting, I'm actually going to have to probably run 12 volts, because I found out with the photo etch inside the pod, even though it's lit for light holes, running the lighting tape, and even closer to the hanger where it was, the landing pad, it's more dim. So I'm probably going to run about 12 volts. Trust me, when I turn this on, it's not going to stay on very long. But running about 12 volts, and you get a good effect into the pods. But that's something I learned on doing this one. Usually when I run the lighting tape, I usually have no issues. Also, another thing I'm learning to do is with the fiber optics, I didn't run them directly to a light source. I talked with some friends, and I got their opinion, and I liked it. Is I just ran it into the hollow part of the ship inside, and then I trimmed them up. And it's just the ambient light off the light tape that I'm doing. So there's that. And I like the effect because it's not as bright, or not every window, has a great amount of light coming out of it. It's just, it's a ship lived in. I mean, I don't know about you, but even when I was in the service, yes, we cleaned a lot of things, but a lot of things didn't get cleaned right that day. So, with this being a ship that ran from its home planet because of the Cylon War, and always being in battle, or several battles, whether it was Cylons or the aliens they met along the way in the old series, I'm going to, I want the windows to be not as bright. And then I'm going to do some other things when I go to do this ship. Because even watching the series, what I liked about it, it was a great series, great science fiction. But for a ship that's in as much battle as it's been in, and the beginning of the Cylon War, of them coming back and everything, and then all the pipes that are on the molding and all that. The problem I have with the series, the original series, is it doesn't show anything about the ship. It doesn't show that it didn't look almost built by humans from that time. I mean, the thing was completely solid, one color. The piping, everything was a solid one color. So again, like I said at the first video, do what you want with your own model. Do not, trust me, you don't have to do what I do. And if you don't like what I'm doing with this kit, I understand. But a lot of things that I build are not TOS, because I like to look at what happens in real world. And if you guys are just joining me, then you'll get to learn that about me. Is I try to do a lot of actual real world building. And kind of what I'm talking about, like on this, is the engine pods, where you got the pipes and everything coming up, the big intake pipes to push out the fire. I'm going to do some effects on those and show more. And I'm going to do some age effects for as long as they were in space and as many battles as they were in. I want to show that. But guys, we're getting closer. And like I said, it's been a couple of months, especially with my injury, of building this thing. And getting back to building. So we're going to get closer. And trust me, within another week or two, this thing's going to be completely done. And I'll have it set up and on my shelf. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'm going to let this dry overnight and then hit it tomorrow after service. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey guys, it's Saturday afternoon, and just went over what I did. Yes, because of my injury now, I'm going to be back to glasses, and yes, I grew my beard out. For my friends that know me, that I've been clean shaven, went to a beard, and then went back to clean shaven, now I'm back to a beard. But look, no cast. Yay, no cast. I've been wearing this splint. I got put into a splint, and you've seen that on probably video, but doing the work again, I can actually move this. Now I'm still learning to live with what happened with this injury, but we're getting better, and I'm doing what my therapist said and working on things that challenge me, which is we love to build. But guys, thanks for watching, and I'd love to see your builds. Just make sure you post a comment. If you have any questions about how I'm doing this, or questions on what you see in the video, please leave a comment. And again, this is my build, and that's why I'm doing it the way I've been explaining about in the video. This is how I could see this ship. Now, I said, don't get me wrong, there's things that I will do original, screen accurate, and then there's things that I personally want to see a little bit more to it. So, again, in the videos, you do what you want. This is your models. Build them how you want. If you, like I say, if you have any questions, just leave me a comment, and I usually try to respond within 24 to 48 hours, depending on when I was working, getting to my computer. But right now, I can usually respond within 24 hours. I'm still out of work until next month. I have to go see another neuropsychologist because of my injury, and they're going to be the ones to determine whether I get to go back to my job or not. But until then, I'm going to be building. So until next week, guys, have a safe rest of your weekend. Have a wonderful September. And God bless you guys, all of you, everyone. And I will see you next weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye.